Coming up,
This is the Belt Squat, aka the ATP or Athletic Trainer device.
this machine may look challenging. It is, but award-winning trainer Phil Daru is here to show us how anyone can benefit from these movements. Plus, we'll learn how he's bringing elite training to young athletes in his hometown. Then, it's Buen Provecho. We'll learn to order classic Mexican dishes with a few healthy changes. Or, you can enjoy this healthy meal with Aniva after sundown in honor of Ramadan. All that and more is today on SoFlo Health. Hello and welcome to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie and I'm back at City Place Doral. It's a beautiful day and I want to talk to you about Mexican food. It's full of delicious dishes like tacos, quesadillas, burritos, tostadas, and many more. But how do you make those healthy? Well, believe it or not, a lot of Mexican cuisine is already comprised of corn, beans, avocado, tomatoes, chilies, and so many other nutritious ingredients that as long as you're not cooking them in heavy, high-fat oils, you're gonna be all right. And we're gonna do that here today at Chico Malo, and we're gonna talk to you about how you can make sure that you're eating healthy while enjoying Mexican, and, of course, we've got some mocktails for you. So keep watching SoFlo Health, and I'll see you here at Chico Malo in just a bit. This is Phil Daru, and we're at Daru Strong today. We're gonna learn about a lot, but first, Phil, tell us about yourself.
Well, performance coach. I've been doing this for well over 14 years, and I work with well over 200 professional athletes, 5-time award-winning trainer of the year. And what we do here primarily is get people ready to perform in all aspects of life, not just as a competitor or an athlete, but also general people just want to getting better overall.
And you do a little bit of a different style of training than, say, people would get when they go to a big box gym.
Well, we specialize in human movement, right? So we want to make sure that you're moving well, you're moving efficiently, so that we can enhance all those other demands and adaptations that you want to have. But I could tell you, but I'd rather show you. So let's go ahead and hop on this reverse hyper.
And what is this? Tell me about it.
So it is a traction device. It helps with increasing posterior chain strength, right? And also helps to decompress the spine.
All right, and how does this do that?
All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and place your hands on top of the handles there. All right, so we're gonna lock his lats in place. His lats are his biggest muscle in his back. Then from there, he's gonna extend his hips and squeeze his glutes. Now, do you feel contraction here in all the muscles in the back side, right?
Yep.
All right, then he's going to release that, bring it down, and then drive the legs underneath the pad. Pull it back up, hold position, right? And then we're gonna do this for repetitions. There, go up and down, let's get 10. 1. 9, one more, 10. Good, relax. Good.
Whew.
All right. Now,
that's something.
How you feel?
I feel great. My entire back, from basically the base of my neck down to my calves, are all locked in. How does that help me in everyday life?
Well, when you're talking about posture, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are kyphotic, they're drawn forward. That's gonna help them increase their posture, which is also gonna help them breathe better, move better.
All right. Now you've got another piece of equipment over here.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's give it a shot. Follow us. Phil, I'm just standing here and I'm already putting some work in. What is this thing?
Well, this is the Belt Squat, aka the ATP or Athletic Trainer device. The goal with this is that you're getting the load distributed on the hips. So we'll get guys in here and they will march just in place for an extended amount of time, whether that be 1 minute to 3 minutes to even up to 5 minutes. Good. Now, what I want you to do is go ahead, put your feet here and just give me a hinge. So you're gonna hinge at the waist. Good, right there, and I'm gonna bring it back up. Good. Now from there, you can go into a squat, so then he can turn around, go right into a squat position, hold those handles, back up, good. Okay, march again. Keep marching, get him up. Good, and you can start to turn around, we can move. Now he has to stabilize his body, so when we go to rotate, the good thing there is that he can rotate all the way around, right? So now he has to stabilize as he's rotating.
And it finds your weak spots.
Yep.
My hips are on fire, they don't lie, but I'm sure I have more work to do. Keep watching SoFlo Health. Later on, we're gonna check in with Phil again and some of his athletes and show you why he brought his gym here in the first place. All right, back to the march I go. Chico Malo isn't just a restaurant, it's also a place to hang out and enjoy yourself. But if you're enjoying yourself and you want to stay on the healthier side of Mexican cuisine, a few simple switches can keep you on the healthier side. In general, fajitas are going to be healthier, bean burritos, as well as going for a soft taco instead of that fried hard shell taco. I know it's tasty, but you want to keep it a little healthier if you can. Watch this.
Hi, my name is Aman for SoFlo Health, and it's the holy month of Ramadan for Muslims all across the world.
And during this month, Muslims fast from sunrise to sunset, pray, give charity, and reflect. It's a time to strengthen their faith, spirituality, while taking care of their bodies and minds. Last time we showed you how to make a savory dish during the month of Ramadan.
And I am here with Dr. Lynn today, who's going to show us how to make a healthy, delicious dessert.
So we are going to make a chocolate chia pudding.
Yum.
Yes,
Okay.
and not only is it healthy, but it's filling. The star of the show is chia seeds, full of fiber, which is really healthy for our gut. It also has some protein and it has some carbs. It's considered a balanced food. All we're gonna do, put the chia seeds in a container, add nut milk, start adding in the rest. You can use vanilla protein powder if you like.
So during the month of Ramadan, is there anything we should avoid eating?
We should avoid overeating because we want to keep 1/3 of our stomach for food, 1/3 for drink, and the other third for air. Because when we overeat
Right.
anything, we go into
Food coma, yes,
right?
100%.
Yes, and we don't want to feel that because the whole purpose of Ramadan is so we can elevate our spiritual self.
Tell us about the importance of actually being hydrated during Ramadan.
So the only time that we're eating is after sunset and before dawn. So it's so important and so critical for us to get that water. Plain water is good. If you add a little bit of minerals to it, you can have infusions, you can have herbal teas.
We've got intermittent fasting and all these different types of fasting going on. Why does Ramadan actually benefits one's well-being?
So the Ramadan fast is different because we actually do a dry fast. So there's no water during the day. We have cardiometabolic benefits. We have anti-inflammatory benefits. We have brain health benefits.
So do I just mix all this together?
Just mix
Guessing?
it all up. Basically, that's it. Let it set in the refrigerator for at least 20-30 minutes, but preferably for a few hours or overnight. We have a chia pudding that's already done, gelled up. It's nice and thick. You can top it with any topping of your choice.
Scoop it up from here. That's really good.
Alhamdulillah.
Delicious. It's healthy.
I'm filling.
Ramadan Mubarak, guys.
Ramadan Mubarak.
I'm joined by Mitch of Panther Panther in San Pedro. Mitch, thanks for being with us today. We've been talking about legal and health. Let's talk about car accidents. It's probably one of the most common things that people are going to experience, unfortunately. What do you do in the case of a car accident?
First thing to do is get a police report, get witnesses, get photographs, go to a doctor. When you go to a doctor, what you're looking for is the correct doctor that can provide you the care and treatment that you need. In order to make a recovery for pain and suffering, what we call non-economic damages, you need to have suffered a permanent injury as set forth by a doctor in a medical report based upon the American Medical Association guides to impairment ratings.
And the purpose of this is to make sure that people are able to get the proper care they need for anything that continues to be a problem for them, and that they have the funds to do so.
When you either settle a case, resolve it by jury trial, or otherwise dispose of a case, that's it. You can't come back in a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. So while you're working on that case, me as an attorney and our law firm, we have to make sure that we account for past, present, and future. So if the medical care and treatment is done, you've completed your treatment, but the doctors believe, hey, you know what, in 3 months you might need to have another diagnostic test. In 6 months you might need to get more physical therapy. We have to account for that in any demand that we're making and any resolution for the client so that they're protected.
If people have questions about this, how can they learn more?
You go to pantherlaw.com. We have a frequently asked questions section on our website, or pick up the phone and call me.
After all, the important part is that people get the care that they need.
Yes, sir. Agreed.
Mitch, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Come right back. Phil DeRue shares how he's giving back to his hometown of Deerfield Beach, and we'll learn about non-surgical pain relief when SoFlo Health returns. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. We've been hanging out at Chico Malo at City Place Doral, which is a Mexican restaurant, and I've been telling you how you can stay healthy while enjoying your Mexican cuisine. Let's talk about salads. Salads can be kept healthier in Mexican cuisine by substituting, say, the corn tortilla chips that they often add to your salad with, say, cucumbers or carrots. And even if they're already on the salad, you could just add some more to them. You also want to be careful of your saturated fats, so either go lighter on the cheeses, or say if there's a heavier dressing that has heavy fat to it, use half of it, or ask for olive oil and vinegar as a substitute. Well, we've got more for you, but you're going to have to keep watching SoFlo Health and watch this.
We have some issues here around town that I wanted to bring some positivity to the actual community. I wanted to make sure that they were something that these young kids could come to, that where they can get mentorship, they can get taught some certain things that are gonna take their life to the next level and allow them to be in a positive environment so that they can be successful down the line.
Coming here kind of opened my eyes up a little bit more, seeing like more to what life is, you know, having them personal connections with my trainers and stuff like that. So they kind of like helped me become a man I am, because my mom was a single mother and I always wanted that father figure, and I never had that father figure.
We provide a very interpersonal communication, so not only do we break things down for an athlete from a coaching standpoint, but we start to divulge into their personal life, things that they're going through, and kind of building that camaraderie as a whole. Because the point of everything is to build a relationship with the athlete and the coach, and even with the members.
Warrior Shepherds is a charity that I put together. It's a 501c3. We're gonna go ahead and put some of the portions of the proceeds from the revenue into the actual charity to help all the kids in the area.
I'm back at QC Kinetics of South Florida. Today I'm with Michael. He's the patient care coordinator. Michael, thanks for spending some time with us today.
Oh, you're welcome.
So tell me, what do people tell you before they get here?
It's either A, I would love to get in and out of the car with no pain. I would love to be able to walk to the grocery store without worrying about a cane or parking in the front row. Or I would love to go up and down stairs not worrying if I can make it or not. But the most I hear is I would love to sleep throughout the night without waking up because of pain.
What's the next step for them?
Then after my medical providers have actually broke down exactly how we are going to go through the treatment program, then I set the expectation and explain exactly each step on how we are going to get them to where they need to be. It's amazing when you see a person walk in with a walker or a cane, and then you see them walk in after we're done and they're smiling, and they just told me that they went dancing or they walked their granddaughter down the aisle. It's just a really amazing joy that you see on a patient's face.
That's lovely. What would you tell somebody who they're like, okay, I've been told this promise a million times that you're gonna fix all my problems. What would you tell them?
We'll treat you with the same protocols that we've treated thousands of patients with great success. So don't prolong what you might be able to fix today.
Michael, if people would like to learn more, how can they?
Just go to our website or just reach out and call the number below.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
This is Heather of Walk Like Mad, and if she looks familiar, it's because we've had her here on the show before. Heather, tell us, what is Walk Like Mad?
It's a community-driven fundraiser. It's a grassroots fundraiser to raise money for Mothers Against Drunk Driving, which is the nation's largest organization working to end drunk driving and support victims of this violent crime. My father was killed by a drunk driver back in 2009, and when that happened, there was a support system that I never knew existed to help me get through the court case and other things that come up when you are a victim of a violent crime. So we help drunk driving victims with deaths, but also victims that survive the crashes. I mean, there are 300,000 injury victims each year, in addition to over 10,000 deaths because of drunk driving each year. So we support all victims of drunk and drug driving, but really the most important thing that we do, and we do that at Walk Like Mad, is we really try to prevent drunk driving. But we also do that in schools and community groups by teaching children the dangers of drinking and driving before they start driving.
That's great. Now let's talk about this year's event.
Yes.
We're here at Huizinga Plaza, which will be under construction at the time that the event's taking place, but you're not going far.
No, absolutely not. But we are going to have a street festival right here on First Street. Bring your kids, bring your dogs, bring your grandparents, bring everybody. We'll have food, we'll have live entertainment.
If people would like to learn more, how can they?
Visit www.walklikemad.org/Fort Lauderdale. You can register to participate as a walker or runner. Just hang out with us on May 7th or donate or become a sponsor.
Yep, now we're going to continue our walk and enjoy this beautiful weather, so we'll see you later. Let's go, Heather. Still ahead, fresh, healthier mocktails, how to customize your favorite Mexican dishes to be healthier, and more are after the break on SoFlo Health. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie. This is Chef Will of Chico Malo. I've got some incredible food in front of me. We've been talking about eating healthy, Mexican cuisine, and how you can kind of adjust things.
Yes.
So tell me about Chico Malo. What do you have here? What do you do here?
Here I'm the executive chef. I prepare new dishes for the company. These are some of my new dishes that I've prepared. Here we have the shrimp matcha. Here we have the fajitas, 10 ounces of skirt steak, 7 ounces of chicken breast. And then here we have the ceviche, which usually comes plated with tostadas, but also you can get it with cucumber chips, healthier
Nice.
version.
So these are the same thing, but two different versions of it.
Yes.
All right, Chef. So to eat the ceviche properly, I got to mix it up.
Yeah, drizzle some of the Bloody Mary sauce on
Okay.
top of the shrimp and everything. Mix it up and put it on top of the tostada.
Should I squeeze some lime on it too?
Yes. Real fresh. Real good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's some good stuff. It's fresh, it's healthy, it's delicious, classic Mexican cuisine as well, but you can enjoy it without feeling heavy after, without being worried about, oh, is this gonna fit into my macros? So you do a great job of being able to substitute things when people want to make them healthier. You're telling me you got bodybuilder friends that come in here and they want to get something for the gym or whatever,
Straight protein.
and you go straight for the protein.
Yeah, protein and veggies.
So basically, you're happy to make things accommodate for people. That's awesome. So you do that by, if it's a vegan, you make a vegan dish for them. But if somebody's coming in, they're like, I want it a little healthier, you do exactly what you did for us here today.
Yeah.
Well, Chef, thank you so much. We're gonna go meet Steven now. He's gonna make us some mocktails, and we'll show you how you can stay even healthier while you're enjoying Mexican cuisine. Chef, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
We'll keep eating this. Now I'm behind the bar with Steven and Chico Malo. Steven's gonna make some mocktails for us because we like to be able to have fun, tasty drinks without the alcohol if we don't want it, because you can always add the alcohol if you did want it. So, what are you making?
Start with our strawberry, cucumber, and mint mocktail.
Nice.
Okay. So first of all, you're gonna put ice in the shaker. Gonna put some cucumbers in the shaker. Boom, boom. Strawberry syrup. Everything is fresh. Always we use everything natural and fresh. We
Nice.
made everything from scratch. Okay.
That's a major key.
Yeah, man. Lemon juice.
All right.
Agave syrup. Easy peasy.
Smells fresh already.
Check this. Well,
It's looking good.
soda water.
Ooh.
Ooh. And voila.
All right. Well, you got another one for us.
Yeah, of course. We have the tropical punch
Let's do it.
from Chico Malo. So first, we're gonna put some lemon juice, a little bit of agave, just a little bit, not too much. A little bit passion fruit, a little bit of guava, mango syrup, coconut syrup, orange juice, pineapple juice. There you go.
Quite literally the cherry on top.
Boop. And there you go.
Cheers. As promised, this is Marcos. Marcos, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for having me, Hunter. Pleasure to be back.
Of course. Now, let's talk about new investors. What do they need to keep in mind?
New investors. So, in all honesty, Hunter, think new investors, think all investors. Let's cut the fat and cut to the chase of most important. It's behavior. So you think investing, you think complexity, you think capital markets. If you really distill down what the most impact is going to have on your investment outcome and your returns ultimately, it's your behavior. Interesting study that I'll cite for you, done by a company called Dalbar. They do a quantitative analysis on investor behavior, and what they found over different time periods when measuring investor returns, both retail and through advisors, that they're missing out on about 2 to 3% of the return that's available to them.
Wow.
Why is that?
Why?
They behave inappropriately at the worst times.
So is it then helpful to have a professional managing?
You know, Hunter, it can, but funny you mention, professionals don't solve everything, they solve some things, and the reality is we're all human, and we're all subject to the same behavioral biases, whether you're a professional or not. So it comes down to setting proper rules in place to make sure you don't fall prey to all the behaviors that we have.
So every case is different?
Precisely.
So it's really a case-by-case basis on whether somebody should have a professional or not.
Yeah, look, both professionals and a retail do-it-yourselfer investor could benefit is specifically 2 items. First thing, shift mindset. A lot of times people are buying stocks or mutual funds and ETFs that ultimately invest in stocks as instruments to trade instead of instruments to hold. And then the second piece, which is perhaps a little bit more technical in nature, is the idea of an investment policy. Hunter, if you haven't heard of what an investment policy is, these things can be tens of pages long or a page or 2. And think of it ultimately as a physical articulation of your investor beliefs and setting the rules of engagement before you let emotions get the better of you.
Right. If people would like to learn more about what we've just talked about, or you, how can they?
Easiest way, you can find us online at Eventsky.com or LinkedIn under Marcos Segrera.
Thank you so much for your time, Marcos.
Thank you, Hunter.
Of course. Welcome back to SoFlo Health. I'm Hunter Frankie, and that's how you eat healthy at a Mexican restaurant. Except I may have violated the #1 rule of eating well when eating Mexican cuisine, or any cuisine for that matter, and that's all things in moderation. Just because the food is in front of you doesn't mean you have to eat it. It's probably better that you eat until you're full, or like we learned with Blue Zone, until you're 80% full, and give it a break. But when the food's this delicious, it's hard to let it just go. That's all we have for this week's episode of SoFlo Health. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Chico Mallow, to Steven, and Chef Will for blessing us with great food and drink. As always, you can watch previous episodes of SoFlo Health on SoFloShows.com. You can follow us using @SoFlo Health to share with us what you're doing to stay healthy. Until next week, it's goodbye and good health. Oh boy. It's that time of year. The NBA playoffs have arrived, which means we'll be on a brief hiatus for 2 weeks. In the meantime, enjoy the NBA on ABC. Personal trainer Morgan Shapiro teaches you how to make a personalized upper body workout when we see you again on May 7th, right here on SoFlo Health.